Welcome back to with Jazz and RJ. I'm Jazz. This is my husband,
RJ.
RJ Reginald Reggie. I'm sorry, babe. I
What
didn't
we
mean to say
what we
Reginald.
doing?
Today we're here to discuss 3 ways
How God speaks to you.
that God speaks to us. And the reason this is, I wanted to share at least from our own experiences because this is something or a topic that is always discussed, and I know God speaks all the time. God is always speaking, so it 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 just,
Well, let
I
me
don't know,
add
it
to that.
touches my heart a little to
It
think for people to say that or
let,
think that God is
let
not
me
speaking
add
to
to it
them.
real quick. Hold. It's a topic that is discussed all the time, but missed. That makes sense. And reason
Yeah,
why it's missed
yeah.
because a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's true on how God speaks to you. That's all I want to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
But yeah, this one touches my heart. I get a little sad and emotional sometimes too because God is always speaking. Now, whether you perceive it or
Mm-hmm.
hear it is the issue. Whether you're hindered or you're not clear if that was God's voice or whatever else it may be. That's more of the issue, or more of what's in the way, if you will. That's more of the issue because God is speaking. God speaks. Okay, so let's get into the ways. Okay, so main way that God speaks to me personally, we could do three each, or I don't know, but we'll do a few. So the main way that God speaks to me is through dreams and visions. So I'm a seer. That's a primary way that God speaks to me, through dreams and visions. So much so to the point that I interpret dreams. So I have to understand what the symbols in my dream mean. I have to understand too when God is speaking, when I'm seeing a dream, when it's for someone else, and to pray into it, to speak to someone about what God is saying. The dream interpretations as well, telling a person what God is saying or helping them understand what God is saying. Because I'm not gonna say telling. Um, and yeah, He speaks to me in my dreams. He corrects me. He done rebuked me on several occasions. Got rebuked, but it's for correction. It's convicting you for correction. He gives me instruction through my dreams. He shows me what's coming in my dream, like all of that. So that is a way that God speaks to us. I know a lot of people are out here living or saying that dreams don't mean nothing, or they like, oh, I don't even pay attention to my dreams. And I'm like, this is when I'm getting into interpreting dreams. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be paying attention to the dream, because, or dreams, because even God He speaks to non-believers in dreams. He will speak to whomever. That is a way that He communicates to us. I'm gonna stop there. What's one for you, babe? Pay attention to your dreams, guys.
Yeah, I would say one for me is like opposite of dreams, because I mean, yeah, He speaks to me in my dreams. I would say one for me is like my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I pray,
That's so good.
and like when I pray, to God, and I ask Him, well, pretty much the conversation. I just had conversations with God. They'd be so good, but
yes, they do.
like, and I ask Him about something. Oh man, God, He's amazing. Like He sends someone, or it's something. Like I could be, like, for example, I could be watching TV or something like that, and I still could be thinking about that thing, that topic that I had discussed with God about, mm-hmm. and then all of a sudden a commercial come on, and it's just a few words as loud than the other words, whatever, and I'm like,
they stand out, jump
yeah,
out.
that stand out, and I'm looking like, ain't nobody else hit up but me, I'm looking around like, am I tripping? But I catch it, and I'm like, okay, God, I understand, I get it. Or it would be someone like my wife. Like we just have a regular conversation, and again, those words that come out, she'll speak, and I'm like, what you just say? And then she'll repeat it again. I'm like,
Holy Spirit.
Like I needed
Flow
that. So
through you.
yeah, it's definitely for me like my thoughts.
So you really just said two things. You said your thoughts, and then once you see something, whatever you've spoken or thought about, God will show you through someone else or speak that same thing through something that you're seeing now. So
Yeah.
you said really too, but that was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I say it
So
too?
yeah, you said you through your thoughts, and then you said you led into how someone else speaks into what God has told you, or how you'll see it and it's speaking the same
Oh, okay.
thing.
So
So
see it
yeah,
and yeah.
about to, but that's good because through my thoughts was my last one anyway. Okay, so another one I have is audibly through intimacy. And I know this one is more so like when you are wanting to hear from God, when you
Mm-hmm.
are seeking God, when you're seeking his face, you're seeking to hear him, seeking his voice, seeking the kingdom and his righteousness, right? You sit with him, intimacy, and you will hear him audibly, still made through maybe through your thoughts, a small still voice. God speaks so many ways and so much. I ain't gonna say so much. We talk more than we listen, right?
Right.
But God is speaking in those quiet moments, if you will, in those still moments, in those still times. So that would be another one for me. I don't want to get too deep in it. If you don't have another one, I got my last
No,
one.
I got one more. Again, I would say like like my wife said, like dreams, of course. Is I would
Why
say well
you keep
mine
going back to
is
that?
I go back to it because mine is different though.
Yes,
Like
it can be different.
it be like people. You know what I mean?
So that's why I said you said too. But go ahead with the
It'd
people.
be like people.
Hmm.
Like I remember I had this one dream that my older son he was at my bedside and he like grabbed my hand and he was like, "What's up, pops? You good?" And I was like, and I looked up I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." Like, "You all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was just coming here just to check on you." And he walked away. And then I'm thinking like that happened for real, but it was like a dream. Like it was just a dream, whatever. And like I take that as like, just checking on me or just saying that, hey, you are okay,
Hmm.
like that type of message, whatever. Um I already said my other three, but yeah, it's
Okay.
just the dreams.
So the last thing I'll say, so we can wrap it up, so it's not too long. In one of the most main or important ways that God speaks is through His Word. Okay, and when I say that, I'm saying that because God does literally speaks through His Word. Same thing like you said on the TV; those words that jump
Yeah.
out at you, they'll stand out at you. Certain chapters or certain
Yeah.
books
Certain
will
books.
speak to you, right?
You go back and
On
meditate on
whatever
it.
you've asked God, whatever you were concerned about, whatever the question, the prayer, like that be the answer.
Go
So He
back.
speaks through His Word, and we have to get in our Word to even know how God speaks. When people say, "I don't even know, God don't speak to me," or they can't perceive when He's speaking, that's why, because we need to be in our Word daily, because that is how we understand the character of God, who He is. And I just feel like too, that's just still a smidget. It's so good, it's so much, but it's still a smidget for our capacity, our understanding. That's what I mean. Um, but in His Word, because He'll speak to you, whether you hear His voice audibly or see in a dream or whatever, it'll resemble the Word. So we have to get in the Word. Because the two, when He is speaking to you, you want to be able to back it up with the Word. So you have to get in to know when you're questioning, was this God or not? You should be able to find scripture that aligns with what was
what it
said, right?
said, yeah.
So we have to get in our Word,
And it
stay in
comes
our
with
Word.
instruction too.
Yes,
And to
have to
know
get in
who's
our
God.
Word and stay in our Word to know, understand who God is, His character, His names, many names, who He is to us, not just Creator,
Right.
right? All of who we're never gonna understand all, but a lot of who He is in this earthly vessel, or in this time on earth, right?
Yeah, in this time on earth.
But yes, get in the Word, read it, meditate in it day and night. Meditate it in the day and the joy and the happy times, right? Meditate in it in the night, times of adversity, seasons that are not so light for you, if you will. It's a little dimmer. It's not
Right.
light, bright light. Revelation is not. It's dimmer. So the word, get in the word. If you don't learn anything else from me or us, get in your word. Like when we get in the word, it's gonna be so good and reveal so much. It's just a light bulb that goes off, and it just helps us for every area in our lives. It answers all that we need, a lot of what we need, what we're searching for, looking for, because we're looking for God. He's right there in that word. Okay, so I want to end it on that. To be able to understand God or hear God, we need to be able to perceive His voice. How do we do that? Start by getting in your word to know how He speaks, to know His character, who He is, and then from there, in your time and intimacy with God, or how you guys' relationship is, you will hear Him other ways, and then you'll see primarily how He may speak, or in certain seasons, because he'll change it up if He chooses, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. Because I'll keep
Yeah.
going because I like this type of talk.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna just say this and end it. Make sure that when we, let me say it like this. Excuse me. The only way for you to hear from God is you got to block out all the distractions.
Clear the distractions.
You got to clear out the distractions. Okay. You got to clear them out. And then also,
you somehow also.
No, I would say, I would say also real quick, you have to, you have to get out your way. I will say that you have to get out your way. And I mean by that is, you hear it, you know what he said, but you just like, nah, that ain't what it is. You can't be oblivious to it. Like, you know what it is. Come on now, like let's not do that.
I say get out the way too of placing God in a box, feeling like He has to talk to me this way, or it has to be this way, it has to be the way I want,
because that's not how it works.
It's not gonna get us nowhere.
Right. So, with that being said, we hope you guys enjoy this video. If you got something to add, please share.
How does God speak to you?
How does God speak to you? Let us know. It can help someone that's watching the video, and then also it can help us too to just gain knowledge and understanding. Yeah. So, with that being said, we hope you guys have a real great, blessed day, night, evening, whatever time that you're watching this video. Take care of yourself, and remember, always put God first.
Bye.